Hi besties, it's Coda and welcome back to my channel. I have another story time for you today. Why am I showing my nails? I should not be doing that. I felt it was only right I do a story time because a lot of you guys are asking after watching my vlog, how did you manage to end up hitchhiking alone while on vacation? And although I put a little detail, there's definitely some more to know. So, as shown in my vlogs, obviously the day was looking golden. It was a great day to have a day until it took a really weird turn. So my friends and I had finished lunch on vacation in Tampa, Florida. May I note, I am from New Jersey, so I know nothing about Tampa. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Anyways, we finished lunch, we're waiting for our Ubers. I had ordered the Lyft for me and my two other girlfriends. We're in the Lyft and the vibes are just really weird, okay? So our Lyft driver is like huffing and puffing, he's sighing, and at some point he tells us to keep it down, be quiet. I didn't take that well. I didn't like it. So... To be honest, it's a little bit far back now, and I think I blacked out the wrong that I did, and I was also a little bit tipsy. But I know for a fact his tone was completely incorrect, and telling me to be quiet in a ride I'm paying for was just a level of disrespect that triggers me to get myself into trouble, you know what I mean? So I'm in the Lyft, again, the Lyft that I had paid for, and me and Mr. Lyft driver are arguing back and forth at this point. Then he says, "You can get out." At this point, I'm thinking, I've already yelled at this man. I don't like his attitude. I'm gonna get out. So he pulls over to the middle of the highway, y'all. Not the shoulder, didn't take an exit. The middle of the highway, where the divider is, between the highways going different directions. The divider. You're not even allowed to pull over on dividers, and this is where this man drops me off. At this point, my adrenaline's boosting. I'm more mad than anything, and my mindset is cross this highway alive and just get another fucking Uber. You know what I mean? I'm not really stressed at this point. I'm more stressed about my well-being of how am I crossing a 6-lane highway in the middle of the day in Tampa, Florida. How am I doing it? I did it. I froggered that shit. Yeet, yeet, yeet. Jumping this way, jumping that way. I didn't cause an accident, and I didn't die. So, I would say, quite successful. I'm talented. I know. So I make it across the highway, you know, where traffic is only driving on one side of me and not both. And I'm feeling accomplished. I'm feeling great. I'm like, hell yeah. That guy didn't do anything to me. He kicked me out. I crossed, Uber home. You didn't ruin my day at all, sir. You think I care? So, I'm feeling great. I whip out my phone. Not turning on. Off, dead. I had forgotten that when I was leaving lunch, my phone was literally only on 3%. I didn't consider that. I didn't think it would die. So now I'm on the other side of this highway with no phone. I have no phone. I am alone. And I'm in Tampa, Florida. You're probably asking, where are my friends? I forced them to stay in the Uber. I didn't want to drag them into the mess. And like I said, I didn't expect my phone to be dead. So I figured, it's cool. They'll get home 5 minutes ahead of me. I've taken an Uber by myself before. I'll be fine. I didn't know I would be alone with no phone in a state that I'm not from. On a highway. At this point, I'm beginning to panic, okay? The panic has set in. I'm like, all right, how am I getting back to the Airbnb that is 30 minutes away? How am I doing that? It's damn near sundown. I'm in sandals and a tight black dress. I have no phone and I'm on the highway. What would one do? So I did what I thought everybody would do. I stuck my thumb up and I started walking down the highway. I was hitchhiking. Help. Somebody. Get me off the streets. Just because I'm single doesn't mean I want to be on the highway. So I'm hitchhiking, I'm moving along, cars are beeping at me, they're yelling things that are not very nice at me, and I had 3 different cars pull over actually in the 45 minutes that I hitchhiked. Each one being either a U-Haul, a van, or a pickup truck with a bed back. All of them being men easily over 40 years old. And all of them smelling like bogeys. At this point, the panic sets in even further. Because I'm like, I'm gonna get kidnapped. My concern is getting back to this Airbnb when my concern should be, don't get kidnapped in a state you're not from with a dead phone so you can't find my friends. And I have that shit turned off anyway because I've got trust issues. Don't check me, okay? So of course I use the only 2 brain cells that must be in my head to decline all offers from the cars that had said they would drive me home. And then I stopped and I sat on the side of the highway and I cried. I just cried. And I watched the sun go farther and farther down in this strange place I don't know. And I cried and I prayed to God that a woman would pull over. I prayed to God. I'm not religious. Have you guys seen my crystal collection? I'm not religious. But I was there like, God, you gotta help me get a nice lady in a nice car like a Prius where I feel safe to take me home. Take me home. But I live in the same world as the rest of us. I know that we use females for human trafficking now, and there's a very slight chance a lady will pull over in my tight black dress and my crazy sandals with my green hair and think that I'm in need. She will probably think I'm just Kingpin's side piece or something, because that's what I damn looked like on the side of the road crying in a mini dress. Oh my God. Oh my God. After some time crying, I realized that this is not gonna get me out of this situation. This is not gonna get me out of this situation. I'm not religious for a reason. Get your ass off the floor, stop praying to God, and think of a new plan, bitch. So that's where I was at. I got myself up, and I started trucking along some more. Walking. Till eventually, I reached a spot on the highway where there's a grass hill that goes down to like a 10-foot tall fence and a street with houses. Okay, and mind you, it definitely looked like the ghetto, but the ghetto is safer than the highway, and I don't care what anybody says about that. I feel safer there. So, to the ghetto I went. Ran down the hill like a mad woman and just started walking along the fence till I could find an opening somewhere in the fence that was just never ever happening, because I think the fence was there to keep the highway away, which is never ending in Florida. Don't you love it? Beautiful state. So I keep on keeping on along this fence with no opening until I see this elder man riding his bike by the grace of God. And I'm screaming, "Hello, sir! Please help me! Sir, please help me!" So he rides his bike up to the fence, looking more confused than I've ever seen a human look. Actually, that's not true. I've had cops looking really confused on the night of Halloween this year. I'll explain that in another video. But anyways, this man is confused. He's like, "Are you okay? What are you doing over there?" I'm like, "I need you to do me a favor. You need to call someone because I'm on vacation and I'm really far from my Airbnb and I don't have a phone." So he's like, "Who can I call?" And then it dawns on me, I don't know any of my friends' phone numbers. And now that I'm sitting back thinking about it, I did know one of their phone numbers because I can recite it right now. I don't know why I didn't call that one. But I decided to call my stepmom, who's all the way home in New Jersey. And she did not pick up. Because she's not going to pick up a strange phone number. Even though she should have figured I was in Florida and it was Florida area code. That's not her fault. But she was my only hope. And I don't know what I thought she would do, but I thought she was going to do it. When she didn't pick up, I said to him, "Can you call the cops on me?" He said, "You want me to call the cops on you?" I have no other choice, sir. Yes, please call the cops on me. Call me in. I'm missing persons. Call me in. So he calls the cops. He starts explaining my situation to them. He's explaining to them that he doesn't know me. They seemed very pressing towards him, which I was getting very angry about because he was seeming to get a little bit of an attitude. And I needed him. I needed him there. I needed the cops to not piss him off. Okay? And they did. But they tracked down my location. He let them know where I was. And he told me, "You just stay here. You don't move. I'm going to go to my appointment. I got to go. But the cops are coming for you." So I'm like, okay. Sounds good. It sounds great. Sounds awesome. And he rides his bike away. And I sit there at that fence for what had to be another hour, but felt like 24. I sat there at that fence, in my dress, getting honked at, getting catcalled, and just twiddling my thumbs up my ass, realistically, because I didn't even have a phone to sit on. I was just there, watching the cars go by, watching the sun go down, hoping that the cops can and will find me, that they're not just taking it as a light situation. Eventually, they find me, except they're on the other side of this 10-foot fence. They're on the other side. And I'm like, hell no. I don't know what y'all are about to do to come to this side, but no. So I start scaling the fence. I'm climbing up the fence like a mad woman. In my dress, it's coming up, booty to the highway. I don't care. Coochie to the cops. I don't care. I'm scaling this fence, yo. I'm getting where I gotta go. When I'm at the top of the fence, as I'm about to, honestly fall over it, the cops start going through their speaker. "Stop doing that. We'll come around." I said, "Oh, hell no. No." And I start tumbling down the other side of the fence. Yep, I fell. 10 feet. It's okay. It was fine. I don't care. That was the least of my concerns at the time. And I start running over to the cops. As I'm trying to run over to them, I try opening the back door. The cop back doors don't open for you. They have to get out, take all my information like I'm a suspect of something. No, you know who the suspect is? Mr. Uber. Mr. Lyft. I'll never take Lyft again. F you, Lyft. And they start questioning me. Then they start telling me hopping that fence is illegal. You shouldn't be doing that in front of us. That's illegal. What law says you can't hop a fence? I've never heard that in my life. Trespassing where? To get saved? Shut up. Would you yell at someone jumping out of a burning building? Because jumping out of windows should be illegal too, shouldn't it? I don't know. Anyways, they're telling me that what I'm doing is illegal. They get me in the cop car. I start explaining what happened. Then they start telling me that I'm incriminating myself more because hitchhiking is in fact also illegal. Didn't know. So apparently I'm just acting like a full-blown criminal in front of these cops. Well, all I want is to just get back to my Airbnb and cry and crack a White Claw and wash the sorrows of my day away. So at this point, I'm keeping my mouth shut for the whole 30-minute ride. It's not just the cop, it's Mr. Trainee Cop and the fucking passenger with him. So not only is it taking 30 minutes to drive to my Airbnb, but he's also stopping at every corner and teaching Mr. Trainee how to do everything, which I won't even get into because that's not an important part of my story. Finally, Mr. Copper and his trainee safely drop me off to my Airbnb. My friends all whip open the backyard door, start cheering, woo! And, yeah, I did it. I made it home safe. And that is the story of how I ended up alone on a highway with no phone, 19 hours away from home, hitchhiking, getting saved by the police. Anyways, guys, I have tons of more story times to tell you. We will be getting into so many, so make sure you guys subscribe to my channel. Check me out on Instagram if that's your thing, and leave a comment and a like if you enjoyed this, and I hope to see you next time. Thanks for watching.